Did you know a hidden mountain range runs down the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? It's longer than the Rockies and the Andes combined. And every year, it pushes continents a tiny bit farther apart. Welcome to 20 wild Atlantic Ocean facts that will blow your mind. Stick around to the end for the most mind-bending one. The Atlantic is Earth's second largest ocean. It forms a giant S shape between the Americas, Europe, and Africa. On average, it's over 2 miles deep. That's deeper than many mountains are tall. Its name comes from Greek roots, meaning the Sea of Atlas. Think of Atlas holding up the sky, while this ocean shapes the world below. The Atlantic connects to the Arctic in the north and the Southern Ocean in the south. Water flows between oceans like a planetary heartbeat. Some of the greatest rivers on Earth empty into the Atlantic. The Amazon, Mississippi, Congo, and Niger feed it with life and nutrients. From space, river plumes paint the water with swirling color. The Atlantic surface can be among the saltiest in the world. Sun, wind, and currents create bands of higher salinity. Saltier water sinks, driving powerful circulation. That circulation helps move heat across the planet. Meet the Gulf Stream, the Atlantic's heat highway. It transports warm water toward Europe, shaping weather and winters. The world's highest tides slam into Canada's Bay of Fundy. Boats sit on mud flats at low tide and bob at second-story windows at high tide. In places, the tide can rise as high as a 5-story building. Twice a day, every day. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge splits the ocean basin like a zipper. New seafloor forms there as tectonic plates pull apart. Volcanic vents release superheated, mineral-rich water. Whole ecosystems thrive in the dark around those vents. Because of seafloor spreading, the Atlantic is slowly widening. Only centimeters per year, but huge over millions of years. Continents you see on a map are on the move. The Atlantic is the track they're skating on. Its deepest known point is the Puerto Rico Trench. It plunges far deeper than commercial jets fly high. Imagine turning a mountain upside down. Now sink it beneath the waves. The Atlantic holds treasure and responsibility. Oil and gas, fisheries, even marine diamonds off southern Africa. But every resource needs careful management to protect ocean life. Biodiversity here is breathtaking. Humpback whales sing. Dolphins surf bow waves. Green sea turtles migrate with ancient precision. Sharks patrol like silver torpedoes. In the Western Atlantic and Caribbean lies a giant reef system. The Mesoamerican Barrier Reef stretches across 4 countries. It's the largest reef in the Western Hemisphere. Coral cities, buzzing with neon fish and living architecture. The Atlantic is a global trade superhighway. Container ships crisscross lanes day and night. Ports on 4 continents pulse with goods and ideas. Your phone, your coffee, your car, many crossed this ocean. The North Atlantic can be an iceberg alley. Great blue-white towers drift south from the Arctic. They're stunning to look at and dangerous to ships. Nature's sculpture garden is always on the move. The Titanic met its fate in these waters in 1912. A tragic story, resting nearly 4 kilometers down. The wreck is a time capsule of human ambition and humility. A reminder of respect for the sea. You've heard the legends of the Bermuda Triangle. Between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, storms and busy routes fuel the stories. Science explains a lot, but the mystique remains. The Atlantic loves a good mystery. Storms here can be colossal. Hurricanes spin up heat from tropical waters and roar across the basin. Waves build like moving mountains. Forecasts and preparedness save lives. Greenland, Great Britain, Ireland, Cuba, fewer islands than the Pacific, but some giants. Each island carries unique cultures shaped by the sea. The ocean connects, but it also defines. The Atlantic helped rewrite Earth science. After World War II, detailed seafloor maps revealed the mid-Atlantic ridge. Those maps helped prove plate tectonics. A map changed how we understand the planet. Undersea cables turned the Atlantic into a communication lifeline. In the 1800s, messages took weeks by ship. Then, a cable stitched continents together. Suddenly, news crossed in minutes. The Atlantic's color tells stories. Tropical waters glow turquoise over bright sand. Deeper regions fade to rich, endless blue. Plankton blooms, paint swirls, visible from space. Temperature bands stripe the ocean like a barcode. Warm near the equator, cooler as you head north and south. Where warm and cold currents mingle, life explodes. The Atlantic shapes climates far from its shores. Moisture feeds, rents on land. Currents steer storms and seasons. An ocean's mood can decide a harvest. Beneath the waves, canyons slice the continental margins. They funnel sediments like underwater rivers. These hidden landscapes rival the Grand Canyon in scale, but almost no sunlight ever sees them. The ocean floor is far from flat. Abyssal plains stretch like dark deserts. Seamounts rise like lonely volcanoes. Ridges, trenches, plateaus, an alien world below. Sound travels differently underwater. Whale songs can carry across entire ocean basins. Subtle clicks and booms are the language of the deep. The Atlantic is always whispering. Plastic pollution threatens that whisper. Tiny fragments drift with currents and enter food webs. Every bottle reused is a small wave in the right direction. Small waves make big change. Fishing communities have read the Atlantic for centuries. Winds, birds, scent, and swell lines are clues. Local knowledge and modern science together protect the future. Shipwrecks dot the seafloor like forgotten chapters. Some are museums of coral and sponge. History turns into habitat. Loss becomes new life. The ocean's edge is a laboratory. Salt marshes and mangroves cradle young fish and shield coasts. Protecting coasts protects people. Nature is the best engineer. Sea level rise is a story written in the Atlantic too. Glaciers melt, water warms, volume expands. Choices on land ripple into the sea. Marine mammals migrate along ancient highways, from the Caribbean to the North Atlantic feeding grounds. Their journeys stitch the ocean into once one living system. Birds ride the same invisible roads. The Sargasso Sea floats in the North Atlantic with mats of golden seaweed. It's a nursery for eels and turtles, a sea without shores, a drifting kingdom. Sunlight fades quickly with depth. Red disappears first, then orange, then yellow. By the twilight zone, Blue is the last color standing. And then it's night. In that night, life glows. Bioluminescence sparks like stars underwater. Creatures write neon messages in the dark. The Atlantic has its own galaxy. Even waves talk through light. Breaking surf can shimmer with glowing plankton. Every step can leave a trail of stardust. Magic made by microbes. Coastal deserts and rainforests both face the Atlantic. From the Sahara to the Amazon, dust crosses the ocean. That dust fertilizes the rainforest thousands of miles away. The Atlantic is a messenger. Cold, dense water sinks in the far North Atlantic. It plunges into the deep and creeps along the sea floor. This global conveyor belt helps regulate Earth's climate. Slow, steady, powerful. Not all currents flow at the surface. Some slide like submarine rivers along canyon floors. They shape the land we never see. Engineers of the deep. The ocean is a library of sounds and stories. Hydrophones pick up distant rumbles, crackles, songs. From icebergs to earthquakes, the Atlantic writes a soundtrack. Scientists read it like music. Coastal cities grew up because the Atlantic offered roots and riches. From Lisbon to New York to Rio, skylines mirror waves. Harbors are the ocean's handshake with humanity. Food, oxygen, climate, jobs, the Atlantic supports them all. Half the oxygen you breathe comes from ocean life. Every breath is part Atlantic. We are all ocean people. Ready for the mind bender? The Atlantic once didn't exist. Long ago, all the continents were joined as Pangea. Then Earth's crust cracked, the mid-Atlantic ridge ignited, and the ocean we know was born. And it's still growing today, millimeter by millimeter. Continents drifting, seafloor spreading, history still happening. So the next time you look at a map, imagine it moving. Imagine mountains underwater. Imagine rivers flying into space as colorful plumes. Imagine light in the dark. That's the Atlantic, alive, powerful, endless. And we've only skimmed the surface. If you learned something new, share this with a friend who loves the ocean. Drop your favorite fact in the comments and tell me which ocean we should explore next.